Hey there, Kimberly here with Knit for Brains, and I just got home from work and I got this guy chase the mailman right down the street. So we're going to do an unboxing. This is the new Premier Ombre yarn, so stay tuned. Hey there, it's me again. This is a wonderful, exciting box. This is my happy mail that I got today. This is my order from Premier Yarns. I wanted to check out the new ombre yarns. Now, if you guys know me, I am a sucker for color. I love all colors. I'm a huge fan of all kinds of yarn, variegated, assigned pooling, ombre. So when this came out, I was super excited. All right, have my trusty scissors. We're gonna give this guy a look-see. So my friends, some of your friends as well, we're doing videos on this yarn. I was like, oh my goodness, I need to look at this. So I also wanted to give you their feedback because I found it to be pretty entertaining. Glenda, Creative Grandma, she was the one, I think was one of the first ones that I saw it. And she was all excited about this Premier yarn. She looked at all of the different colors on the website and then she went ahead and ordered it. She wasn't super excited about the color blocking, but then she said it depended on the pattern that she was using. Then she ended up liking it. Crystal over at Bag-A-Day Crochet, she did this great in-depth interview or review rather about the yarn, and she compared it to the Red Heart Ombre. Now, personally, I don't actually own any Red Heart Ombre, and I thought about buying some, and I was like, you know what? I have plenty of multicolored yarn, and I was like, I'm going to go into this blind and just decide if I like this, and I'm not going to compare it to anything else that's out there. That was my take on it. Crystal over at Bag-A-Day Crochet was not as big of a fan of this, I think, as the Red Heart Ombre. That seems to be her favorite, and that's what she's sticking with. That was cool, but I thought, let's give it a look-see. So I went ahead and I ordered 5 different colored skeins. So I'm going to try this out. So it comes, okay, first of all, it's really nice is that each skein is wrapped in an individual bag, so it's not going to get fuzzies and things like that from cardboard, pilling, and whatever. Now, these are going for $6.99. These are web-only exclusive, meaning you can't get this in any store. I looked at Amazon, Michael's, Joann's, everywhere, and then I realized this is the only place that you can get this stuff. So I just had to go ahead and order it. Now, because I haven't ordered anything on the Premier website before, I was able to get a 10% referral, like a coupon. So thank you, Glenda, Creative Grandma. And then I was able to get 10% off. So, but these are $6.99 per skein. So the first one I got is called Fern Ombre. Now, all of these are a medium or a weight of 4. They are machine wash, tumble dry. They have 612 yards of 560 meters, 9.8 ounces, 280 grams, and it's 100% acrylic. Now, I don't know about you. This looks like a very, very thin 4 to me. This is a thin. Some 4s are more bulky. This guy is not. This is definitely not what I would say is a thick weight of 4. So the first thing I noticed, Crystal took a smell. And it actually, she said, didn't smell bad. It doesn't smell bad. It doesn't smell like, you know, sometimes they kind of like a weird oily smell, or they feel kind of squeaky, you know, especially with your acrylics. This doesn't feel that way. It actually feels pretty soft. Juan from Juan the Yarn Addict, I love. He said it doesn't feel crunchy. And I was like, I have never actually heard the term crunchy used to talk about yarn. I'm going to tell you right now, this doesn't feel crunchy to me at all. It actually feels a lot softer than I thought it was going to. I was a little nervous after listening to Juan's review about it, and more Crystal as well, where they kind of were like, oh, it's not very soft. This actually is really soft. I'm very impressed. Crystal noticed that there was these big blocks of white in the yarn, and she was wondering if it was just a fluke or if it was really intentional. And I thought, whoa, that was a great observation. And when she did it in a panel, you could absolutely see what she was talking about. And I totally agreed with her. I'm not seeing as much white in this as she saw. As a matter of fact, in this particular one, this Fern Ombre, I'm not seeing any white at all. But I really, it's soft. It's a lot softer than I thought I was going to like with it. So I'm going to show you all the colors I got, and then the idea that I have planned for making this. So again, this is a weight of 4, and it's 100% acrylic, so machine washable. Usually with your acrylics and your polyesters, the more that you wash it, the softer it's going to get, but it's already pretty soft. So I'm excited about this. 612 yards. That's a lot. And again, this is going for $6.99, and then I was able to get 10% off. And I ordered 5 skeins and then I got free shipping. So there you go. Now this, it's not an anti-pilling. It doesn't say that it is, but it kind of feels like it would be. It doesn't feel super fuzzy. Now this was another thing I found that was interesting that I learned through Crystal. Even though it is a yarn that is from the United States, it's made in big, huge bolts, if you will, and it comes from Turkey, and then they probably just come over here and then they wind it. So I got the fern. The next one I got is called Fuchsia Ombre. Again, wrapped in plastic, really nice. No gas off smells, which is good. Sometimes when they're wrapped in plastic, they can be kind of like you have to let your yarn gas off, but this one, not the case. So this is the Fuchsia Ombre. There is some whites maybe it's more like a pale pink. Yeah, like even up here, this is like a pale pink. Okay, so those two. I got the violet ombre, which is what I think Juan got. He also got a pink, which he said he's not a pink dude. I personally think, dude, you could very happily, very proudly carry pink. I was impressed. You could do pink. But this one is called Ombre Violet. Violet ombre, whatever. Okay, so once again, I'm not seeing a lot of white in there. I'm hoping that what Crystal got was a fluke. I mean, I'm hoping that it wasn't a fluke, because I don't want any bad things to happen. But the one that she saw the white in was the salmon. And I actually didn't get the salmon. I looked at it. I didn't get it. I didn't get one of each color. I just got the 5 because I was like, what if I don't like it? Only recently have I really started looking at Premier yarns. I got some of their new cotton, their afternoon cotton I got, and I also got some of their ombre color something. There was a new one, Premier Fusion. I got the Fusion, but that's good. So this one here is called the turquoise ombre. Again, I'm seeing some very, very pale blue, very pale, but it's not white. And when I saw Crystal's, it was like true white in there. I was like, oh, and it was a big chunk of white. It's like the other colors, they kind of like married into each other, and then it was like, bam, in your face white. I was like, oh, that wasn't good. So Crystal, hopefully that was just a little bit of a fluke. And the last one I got, I'm not really sure why I picked this color. This is called teal. Okay, So this is called teal ombre. I don't know that I would have called this a teal, but once again, I am not seeing the white that I saw. So these are the colors that I got. I'm actually seriously impressed with the way that this stuff feels, very much so. Now there's actually 10 colors in the colorway. There is a burgundy ombre, the salmon that I mentioned, the fuchsia, which I have right here. Then they have one called azure, which is a true blue. Then they've got the turquoise, which I got right here. This is the turquoise. Then they also got the sea glass. Oh, I didn't get the sea glass. This is teal, but on the website, it looks like teal. This does not look teal to me. So I gotta say on the website, it looks brighter, definitely brighter. Then I got the fern ombre, this one, which is more of like your true greens and Kelly greens and stuff like that. Okay, I could actually see why I did that. The picture was a little bit deceiving. And then I also got the violet ombre, boom, this guy. And then there is what they call steel, which is your blacks and grays and stuff. So I got half of the collection. There's 10 colors. I got 5 of them. That's okay. I'm going to choose one of these right now, and I'm going to do a panel on my new Addy knitting machine. New to me, this baby here. I'm going to do a swatch just so I can get through it quickly. And we're going to check out the color and just one of them, check out the color gradient and see which one I like. I probably like this color the least, so I'm going to do the gradient on this one, and then maybe I'll end up liking it. So stay tuned. We'll see what this looks like. Now this is sloppy. This is sloppy. I literally threw this together. I mean, like, I'm going to rip this out, right? I just wanted to look at the color. So don't go, ew, the knitting machine works amazing, all right? But what I wanted to see was the transition of colors. I like that. Don't look at this part, right? There are some really, really long blocks of color here. No white came up. This is 82 rows that I did here. You can see it there. 82 rows, people. That's a lot of green. It took me to get to stand down to the change of the color down here. Took me 56 rows. So it's beautiful though. I do like it. Like, please don't look at the holes and all that kind of stuff. I was just, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. I'm just going to get it through. So I literally slapped it on there. We're going to do a whole other video just on the adding knitting machine. I just wanted to see how this works out. Okay, but I do like the colors. Very, very, very pretty. And I might even find that I like this particular teal color as well. And it also feels very soft. So I think it's a go. I like it. I was just really surprised at how long it took to transition into the next colors. I mean, this is what I've got left. And I did have a little bit of a yarn barf problem in the middle. I got a little bit frustrated. This became it became a less than a G-rated show. Just putting that out there, but that's okay. Just blaming it on the fact that I just got home from work and I really, I just wanted to check out the yarn. So to go back to Crystal's point, I'm not seeing any blocks of white in any of these yarns that I have. I'm gonna agree with Glenda over at Creative Grandma that it's really gonna depend on the pattern that you go with as to what this is gonna look like. Because maybe the colors as they graduate aren't as evenly placed as you might like to think they are. Now, Glenda, Creative Grandma, did say that, with the right pattern, this will be really cool. This is the pattern that I was thinking about going with. This Yarnspirations, this kind of really pretty ombre. This is actually made with the Red Heart Ombre. So I thought, okay, well, that's similar. I'm going to have a really hard time with transitioning into some of these colors because I can tell you, like this green, there's going to be some squares that are just straight up solid with that. My original idea was to take these 5 colors here and make just like a big granny square, not even think about it, blanket, which might still be the idea. I kind of like the way these colors are going to go together. I could kind of go, it's going to be big. I mean, 5 of these skeins at 612, that's over 3,000 yards. That's a lot. That's going to be a huge, huge blanket. Or I could do a bunch of little baby blankets, or I could come up with this idea here and just make a bunch of different granny squares and then decide to put them together at the end depending on how they marry together. That's what it looks like there. So that could be an idea, but I'm just going to make a whole bunch of granny squares and then, kind of place them out. Oh, and to Juan's point, it's not crunchy yarn. I totally agree with you. Some people really like to have super soft yarn. I have really nice soft yarn. This is not as soft as like my Lion Brand Schitt's Creek, which is also the basic stitch. This is not as soft as that, but that's okay. That's okay. I think it's going to be fine for Afghans. Would I use this on clothing? Personally, I would not. I wouldn't think this would be very comfortable, but that's just me. Yeah. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, whatever. But as a blanket, I think this would be a great idea. And I think it actually would be nice for this. I want more like a playmat kind of a thing. So I think it's going to work out okay. So do I, measly little old me, like this Premier Just Ombre yarn? Worsted value ombre? Yeah. I think I do. For the price, this comes in at $6.99 for 612 yards. So the Red Heart Super Saver Ombre comes in at $9.99, and that is 100% acrylic, and that is 482 yards. So that is $3 more than this, and this is 612 yards. Both of them are a weight of 4, 100% acrylic. They both are. Now, the Red Heart Super Saver Ombre, that comes in at 22 color in a colorway. This guy has 10. As I'm looking at the Red Heart website, there's a lot of colors that are out of stock. As a matter of fact, out of the 22 colors that they have in their colorway, 4 of them are out of stock. So yeah, I'm glad I got this. I think I'm happy with it. You'll have to see. I'll come back and show you my progress on these guys. But I just wanted to give them a try and a look-see because I really respect the opinions of Glenda and Crystal and Juan, and thought, all right, let's give this a try. It's a win for me. I think it really is. I'm impressed with the colors. It's just that this one teal color compared to the website is like way off, but the other colors actually are pretty close to what you see on the website. The fuchsia, the violet, the fern, the turquoise, love this. This is the only one, the teal. It just looked a lot brighter on the website. But other than that, I don't know, I can live with it. So you have to stay tuned to see what I do with these colors, but I'm like looking at them and I'm like, you know what? These are actually like really pretty together. I think they're, and that's what you see on camera is pretty much what it looks like in real life. So yay, it's a win for me. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains, checking out the brand new web-only exclusive premier Just Ombre yarn, or Just Yarn worsted value ombre, depending on how you want to look at it. $6.99 for 612 yards. I think it's a good deal. Like the colors, love the feel, not too crunchy, not a lot of white going on. And with the right pattern, I think it's going to be a big win. Thanks for hanging in there with me. And if you like this video, then please consider liking and subscribing so you get all the notifications. Otherwise, you may miss something that comes out. It's free to you, but at least this way you get all the notifications. Tell your friends, send them on over, tell them we have fun here. All we do is look at yarn and play with yarn, and how hard can that be? Thanks so much for watching. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains, and as always, I'll see you soon.